working on the car, done some repairs. If you remember from some of the previous videos, you'll see that the end sections here were missing. They're all rotten, so we've repaired these all the way around to the far side as well. You can see that as well. We also have this section here I still have to fix. If you can see some of the dents and stuff like that. Now the reason this is so bad over this far side is I think the car's had a bang at some point and this whole quarter panel has been replaced. So whoever replaced it basically put so much weld down the arch here that they actually put too much heat in as they distorted the whole lot. So I've got some, you know, some areas where I need to kind of get some of this metal out and just take the stress off the edges of it. So I'll get to that. We'll just come round the back here. I'll just show you the back part here where the window was. I mean, it was really bad. It was all rotten where obviously the water had been coming out. So that has been fixed as best as I can with my kind of skill set, but it's all right. Again, just a wee bit grinding back to do. I put a wee bit of paint on it at the moment just so it doesn't rust or anything, and a wee bit of filling in there and we should be good. Let's have a look. Is there anything else we've done at this point in time? Just kind of, as I said, just tidied up a few wee bits and bobs. The wee sections just to kind of fix. The corners here. But everything's looking pretty good just now. So it's a case of, if you can see the far side there, guys, there's a waste rail to go on. That's where the other quarter panel was obviously replaced. And again, they've done really bad welding across the top there where the waste rail goes, so there's a wee bit of repair work to do there. Again, whoever put this waste rail on has done the exact same, put too much heat in and distorted some of it, and it's okay, but it's not great. I'm probably just going to have to fix as much of it I can. I'm not going to obviously go mental because I don't want to be replacing the whole quarter panel. Also what we did is, if you give me a second, I will just quickly give the car a little bit of a spin. So and we cleaned out the guttering, and we have basically, I grab my torch again. Yeah. Cleaned out as best we can, and there's no rust. Either we pre-rusted it, and I've just applied a wee bit of paint back down, just in case. But everything else is looking quite good, except for a big dent in the very top section up here, which I need to pull out at some point. But you know, it's looking alright, guys, I have to admit. We're getting there slowly. Well, we're 2 years down the road now. So yeah, so everything's starting to look a lot better now. It's starting to actually look like a car again. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be 100%, but it's a damn sight better than it was before, considering it's a whole new floor. We've got the cross member in, whole new boot floor. We've got, obviously, and that basically came through to the seat here. We've got the whole back of the car on as well. I've ordered another doorstep, so this whole doorstep's going to come off. The more I looked at it, the more I hated it. This is one that's been replaced by a previous owner, and it was again exactly the same. If they fired too much heat into any of the welds that they've done, and it's the panel's screwed, so I'm going to rip that out and put a new one in, and it will look all nice and new. And yeah, and really just going over some of the older repairs. There is something I'll possibly show you in the next video in regards to my welder, but I was having some troubles with it, but there is a solution. We found a solution to the problem I was having, which was causing intermittent issues. So yeah, that's us. Another day down, and we'll just keep chipping away until we get to a point where we're doing doors and getting fronts of car on, and etc, etc. So yeah, cheers. So just trying out a wee bit of filler, as you do, because I got a new big tub of it. So thought I'd try it out. Yeah, a wee sand and see where it comes. A few dented areas of the kind of dent in here, so I filled that in with some of the fiberglass stuff. But yeah, we've been kind of working on some of the little parts of the car that needed kind of fixed. As you can see over the far side there, there were some bits that needed to be done, wee plates and stuff to be fitted in, so I've done that. The floor put onto the new doorstep that I got in, which was a bit of a nightmare actually, but because nobody had them except for one. I think it was Huddersfield's mini spares, and get a new doorstep in. So we're getting there very slowly, but let me get in the car. As you can see, it's starting to come together now. You know, everything's starting to look like a car again. It's starting to feel a bit more positive about it. So guys, I have been busy, but onto the doors. We just took the door skin off, and as you can see, there's been obviously rot, but you can see there's been a repair made, and it's terrible, terrible, terrible. I've just started cutting this piece back off, but what I'll do is I'll reuse this piece and fix this properly, because what they've done is just overlapped and left all the rust still in the car. There's still quite a bit to do on that, but yeah, a bit of fun. So you can start to see the problem. So I need to repair that bottom section right round. Now somebody had welded to this, so you can see how bad it is. This side's actually not too bad. In a lot better condition. And then you've got the piece that they welded on, and I've grinded some of this. I've grinded most of the bad welds off, but you know, they've destroyed a good piece of metal. That's what goes on in people's heads. So guys, as you can see, I've cut this piece off, which is the edge here, because I'm having to rebuild this. And what I've done is I've basically slit the piece off here, and I've cut out all the rot, so I'm left with that piece. And I've made this little bit up, and that's going to go in there like that. I know it's not 100%, but it's as best as I can do it. And it just gives it the shape again. I'll weld that together, and then I'll fix the wee tab up here. What I'll do is I'll take this piece and I'll weld that back on, and then what I'll do is I'll cut this off and I'll remake this whole piece here, and then that should be that done. Happy days. So, gave the door a repair and a bit of a paint, guys, and it's looking pretty goddamn good, I have to admit. You know, it's more than respectable, to be perfectly honest. We've got the other door on the far side. We'll just move around, see whether I can show you it or not. We just Q-rusted the whole thing, top to bottom. Done a bit of repair work, you know, probably won't see it in the moment, but I'll show you that once I get to that other stage. Get a bit of paint on that once that's all dried with the Q-rust. And yeah, obviously working on the car. Door skins are out, bonnet's out. There's lots been done. I'll need to get a video of everything that's been happening, but it's a bit cluttered and messed in here. It's a bit messy, so I need to get cleaned up and get everything in its place, and yeah, get a video made. So guys, you probably hear I've got a mask on at the moment, and the reason for that is I've just fired some I had some silver paint sitting on the shelf, so I decided what I'll do is I'll just put a wee bit more paint in the inside, and that'll keep like any moisture in that to a minimum inside, keep any water or so forth off metal, actually have something in there. So that's all been sprayed. It just looks like I've cleaned it really well. Unbelievable. I'm good. Happy, happy, happy. So as you can see, I have fitted the subframe just to make sure. Again, we did test this out when we repaired everything, but you can see there with the light, but the subframe fits. We got new bushings. I got a new bushings kit. I got a new bolt kit as well, which gave us all the brand new bolts and everything for the car. Actually, the whole car. Gave me specific ones for the subframes, and then it gave me a kind of mishmash of different sizes for the rest of the car. But the car's coming along now. At the moment we're just tidying up these spots, getting rid of the last of the rust, cleaning and tidying some bits to grind down and repair, and then most of it then we'll start filling a lot of the car. But the plan of action, because obviously they've got limited room in here, is we are going to reorganise everything. It's not too bad, but once you get a few tools out, it's all over the place, and we've got extra tools in boxes and stuff like that sitting at the side, so you can see it's a bit of a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to get new storage for the walls, and we'll put new storage up and get everything up out the road, and have a rethink of some of the tools, where they go, and just move stuff up out the road. We've got covers up here, so what we'll probably do is all that stuff up the top will just go basically up there, but I do have mini parts up there. So yeah. So we're getting there slowly. The usual, you start doing bits in the car, and then there was a bit here in the battery box, and it wasn't until I went into the big box and pulled out all the things I realised there was little L-shaped brackets for here. It's obviously for strengthening and filling any gaps you have in here. But yeah, so we found those after I've already put it on, and I've already welded in the corners, just to give it a bit more stiffness. But yeah, we're coming along now. It's not too bad. Tidied up the garage, guys. Got some new stuff in the walls, just to keep everything up out the road. Just to make things a bit tidier, gives us a bit more room. But the car's coming along. As you can see, I've been working quite a bit on it now. Still quite a wee bit to do at the front, still. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to start getting rid of some of the wee bits that need to be done, and get wee bits of filler and so forth in. Just start to try and tidy the car up. Fill in all the wee bits that need to be done. Still got wee potential bits to get sorted. Yeah, and just keep chipping away until we're where we need to be. Obviously, it doesn't need to be perfect because the car itself is not perfect, but it's certainly something we need to kind of work on. As you can see, it's all kind of, we cleaned up inside, cleaned all the roof. It's all echoey now. Cleaning the sides, the front bulkhead. And you see it's all clean now. and I guess it's just walking around and getting the filler and everything in and getting everything cleaned and tidied. But yeah, getting there. So, again, working on the car, as you always do, keep going, keep going, keep going. So, we have been putting lots of little bits of filler on the car, just starting to move around and filling holes up and bits that need to be done, with obviously dents and stuff like that. And you see I've got a big bit to do on this side. But there was a part that I needed. I've got this from Mini Sports and it's a waste rail for the driver's side, so I've picked this up. Yeah. I've also picked up, there was a good offer, a boy online, I think he's got a business down south, and he was doing these shocks for about £100 less than they normally are, in KYBs, fully adjustable, and I couldn't pass up the offer. Yeah, it was good. I'll stick the details down at the bottom when I get the chance, when I get all the details from him. But yeah, that's quite exciting. Obviously that's me starting to kind of pick up parts that I need. I'll obviously need to go up into the boxes and start to pull out bits and bobs. There's obviously bits of car everywhere. And pull out bits and bobs and get things connected up to subframes and stuff like that. But there's loads of parts up there somewhere that I've kind of, some of them have already been kind of cleaned and tidied and stuff like that, and wrapped up in cling film and kept good. And yeah, but I've been working around the car, just trying to kind of tidy bits up, remove rust into things, and starting to get to that point where I'm going to have to scrub everything down, which I've done most of in here now. Echo this is. Hello! 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 So the waste rail's got to go on over here. So I've just got to tidy up along the top here. Once I've done that, I should be able to get it in a position, make sure it's all sitting in the correct place, and then get some welds in, really. This one obviously you can see was, I don't know whether you can actually see that, it was put in pretty poorly. Not by me, by the way, it's just the way the car came. Still got a wee bit of tidying up to do on the car. But let's get this one done.